What's up, everybody? Thanks for being a fan of 1st of October, or just being here for whatever reason you're here. Maybe you're here for another reason, I don't know what that would be, but today I'm going to go through how to play Spooky Time, which, to start off with equipment, was played on a 7-string, which I forgot to bring, so I'm going to get rid of one of these strings real quick. It was in drop A, but even if you have just a standard 6-string, you can still play the song in a pretty convincing way. Just change it up just a little bit. But I played the song quite a few times just for fun with my 6-string, and it still works. You're gonna need some heavy distortion, of course, for this one. And I also use the Freak Out pedal. I won't be using that today just because the likelihood of people watching this having all those things together is pretty low. But you can have a 6-string and some heavy distortion and be able to play the song just fine. And I'll go through that. One other part of equipment, if you can, get a thicker pick, because this song has so many pick scrapes in it, and that's just a lot easier to do with a thick pick, and just sounds a little bit better because you can really dig into the strings. If you haven't learned pick scraping yet, you just take the side of the strings, deaden them, and just do that. And if you haven't learned how to do that yet, and you're a metal player, then I just ruined all of your riffs. Because once you learn how to do that, at least for me, I just put it in everything. So if I'm jamming, it's just a constant. If I don't know what to do, just pick scrape. So this is on a 7-string in drop A all the way down. So it's just taking a standard 7-string and dropping the low down to A. Could I get a tuner again? Maybe I should just tune my guitars before I start filming. That would be a sensible thing to do. So I love this song so much. I love this style of playing so much. Super low. You got a 5-string bass, also drop down to A, which sounds amazing. It's just harmonic minor, which is something I always go to, especially with 1st of October when you're just going straight to what first pops into your head. And so it's really based around just that open A in a power chord with a lot of palm muting. 1st fret, 4, 5, 7, 8 is kind of the beginning of, you know, the harmonic minor that I'm using here. So that's most of where the song is just kind of concentrating on the lowest note. And if you're playing on a 6-string guitar, then you can just disregard that low string but play it all the same. Like if I bar in the same way, just without that root note, you're still getting there. You'll have to change up a few things. When it goes to single notes on the low string, you can just do it on the A, because again, since it's in drop, whatever is here on that A string, you're getting the same notes. You can play it on a 6-string, I guess is what I'm getting to in so many words. Spooky Time, palm muted, 0 power chord, just those lowest 3 strings, 1st fret and open. There it is. 0, 1, 0, which I believe are all palm muted actually. And then I'm doing a pinch harmonic on the 5th fret on the E string, which is just an octave up, just another A. If you don't know how to pinch harmonic, I'm going to further ruin all of your metal jamming, but I won't go over all of it here. There's a lot of great videos on how to pinch harmonic, and it's so much fun. So in the recording, I believe I tracked 2 guitars, and one I pinch harmonicked there, which is like the main note. Man, I can't pinch harmonic today. Or is it the noise gate?
I don't think it's the gate.
It's probably me. I'll blame it on the noise gate. Okay, so it's so there's a pinch harmonic there, and I believe the other guitar pinch harmonicked on the low 1st fret. Yeah. So it's a combination of those 2 in the song, but the main note is that high one. So when I play it on my own, the few times that I have, I go for that higher note. So it's 0, 1, 0, all in power chords, palm mute and really shake it around on that 5th fret. And then is 0, 1, 4, 1, 0. So back to harmonic minor. And that's just a combination of notes that just always works like this. But anyway, back to the riff. It's spooky time. 4, spooky time. and then that pick scrape that we were talking about earlier, and really dig into the strings. And then it ends on just a single note. Again, just a mix of zeros, ones, and fours. You could probably get the palm muting from simply listening to the track. It'd be best if I had a tab, but we just simply don't have the time to do it. That was a good pitch harmonic. Okay, it's not the noise gate. Then on to single string. And now it's just that same riff, but we're cutting out all the middle parts other than spooky time. That just goes to one note. And then when it goes to the verse, I now know that the first two notes are palm muted, and then it's open. And it's all just that single note. But if you're playing it on a 6 string, I would just continue barring, and then you would do on the E and A string. Feel like having candy. All your buddies, Rob and Andy. And then there's various fills that were improvised on the day. It's just 0, 1, 0. Pick scrapes or random pinch harmonics, and it just kind of adds to the chaos of the track. And I believe that's just the verse. Feel like having candy. Oh, and then we go back to the one. And that's just a bunch of open strings. And then the second verse around those pinch harmonics, in that place, one of the guitars just goes up this power chord. So 5, 7, 7. I'll just play it from the top. It's spooky time. Spooky time. Up to the 7. Octave. And then back to the verse. And then I believe the second verse I went to full palm muting. But it is just 0, 1, 0. And that's pretty much it. And any other nuances there were just kind of improvised. Building up to the solo, I'm going up with these chords. The full chords are 1, 0, 1, 0. And then if you're on a 6 string, you just lose that low note. And then we go to 4, then nothing on here, 4, 2. 4, nothing, 4, 2. And again on 6 string, just lose that low note. And then you just move that up to 5, nothing, 5, 3. So going up to the solo. That's pretty cool. Those are some pretty gnarly chords. I really like those harmonies there. So for the solo, well, it didn't really turn into a solo, but whatever this section would be called. The rhythm guitar here is basically just going through 2 different chord shapes and arpeggiating them in what I think is a pretty interesting way. So the first shape is just like you're doing a power chord, barred power chord on the 5th fret. So it's 5, 5, and then bring your pinky down to 8, or bring it up to 8. And then that same shape just over 1 fret. And the whole rhythm section here is based around that. So the first time I strike it, I lose the low string for a little bit more clarity. So it's just 5 and 8. And then I arpeggiate through it. So 5. So palm muting that low string. So. And so I would shake around this one and then slide down. So. Little change. So that just adds these 2 notes on the next string. What would that be? That's on the D string. 5 to 7. Just 1, 0 there, I believe I did. Or it was probably just on the low string. So the whole rhythm part is. Little bit of a weird rhythm there. Missed a note. Back to spooky time. A really, really long pick scrape. And then for the last chorus, the only change is instead of doing those pinch harmonics, you replace them with a just first fret power chord. So then for the second half of the chorus, well, it starts with that really long pick scrape right on the 1, and then you replace the pinch harmonics with that. So. The very last chords of the song are on the A string and D string, and they're the same chords we use to build up to that rhythm section, except instead of going up them now, we're going down to end the song. So 5-3 on the A and D strings, 4-2, 1-0, and then just the E and A on its own. So that you can fully do on a 6-string guitar, and that's the song. And well, and then it ends. And there it is, that's spooky time. Let's see if I can play it all the way through, and then that's the video. Can't wait to see covers of this one. This is a really fun tune.
Spooky time.
It's spooky time. Yeah, it's spooky time.
Like having candy. Everybody's running on. We can take it to the streets. Because it's time to take the streets. Hear the children screaming. Don't worry, it's just a demon. It's got a tooth, it's sweet.
I forgot what I did there. Messed that up. Oh, I messed up. All right, that was a pretty bad performance, and I'm sure you can do it better. I can't wait to see covers of this song. It's a really fun one. Thanks so much for being a fan of our one day a year band. We got album merch for this year. Really appreciate y'all. See you soon.